In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 8 watch brands, 8 of the coolest watch brands that I bet you haven't heard of. Okay, so let's start strong. Let's start with anOrdain. anOrdain is a Scottish watch brand founded in 2015 in Glasgow by Lewis Heath. Just in retrospect, guys, am I biased because I live in Glasgow and I am Scottish? Maybe. The company is known for its handcrafted watches, but particularly the use of in-house enamel dials created through a painstakingly long process. The company launched its first watch collection, the Model 1, in 2018, which quickly sold out, followed by, you guessed it, the Model 2, which was kind of a more rugged field watch, and since then, well, the rest is history. Now, specifically, if we want to talk about one watch that I saw that I was absolutely blown away with, this is the watch here. This watch is the Model 3, and specifically the color we're looking at is a color that they call lichen. Now, there is a aqua dial as well, but the lichen color, oh, and the depth on this dial, I mean, this is competing with Grand Seiko from a Scottish watch brand. Not to mention the fact the specs on this watch are absolutely stunning. I mean, it comes in at 39mm in diameter. The lug to lug is 46mm. The case depth, that's how thick it is 10.45mm. It's in full polished 316L steel. It has sapphire crystal glass. It's water resistant to 50 meters, and it has the Sellita SW300 movement. Now, yes, that is a mass-produced movement, but I don't necessarily think mass-produced movements are a bad thing. You wouldn't look at a Mini or a BMW and say it's a bad car because it's mass produced. You'd say it's been tried and tested and it's a very good car. So essentially the rippling texture that you can see on the Model 3, it started life as a block of ash, and it was hand carved to create a unique and organic texture. And through this kind of really weird advanced 3D scanning process, they translate this into a wooden texture, and they translate this wooden texture into a CAD model. The 3D textured model is then scaled down into a kind of watched size thing, and then it's engraved into a die, which is then used to individually hand stamp each silver dial. Enamel is then ground into powder and applied to the dial with a paintbrush, layer by layer, before finally being fired in a kiln. And the kiln basically hardens everything up and cements it into being the dial that you can see. And just the texture, the detail, it's absolutely stunning. And it's a brand that I never thought to talk about. This model, specifically the Model 3, comes in at £3,695. By the way, if you do enjoy these videos and want to see more watch stuff, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button right now. Honestly, it helps so much more than you know. And the more subscribers we get, the more videos we can do like this. Thanks, guys. Next up, we have Baltic. Baltic watches were founded in 2016 in Paris, and they were inspired by the gentleman's father's vintage watch collection. The brand surprisingly launched on Kickstarter in 2017 with neo-vintage designs and have quickly grown into a successful microbrand known for quality, affordability, and also a blend of really weird vintage hues. The watches are designed in Paris, with the components being manufactured in Hong Kong and assembled in France. Now, Baltic's actually a brand that I have known about for a while, but I just kind of neglected a little bit. I kind of let them get overshone by the Tudors and the Amigas and the Vacheron Constantins and the big boys. And in retrospect, looking at their designs, especially, let's look at this one in particular. This is the Hermetique Tour in beige. Now, there's obviously tons of different colors that you can choose between, but this watch in particular is absolutely stunning. It comes in at 37mm in diameter, 46mm lug to lug, 10.8mm in thickness. It has a Miyota movement 9039 with 42 hours of power, and is water resistant to 150 meters. Now, all of this comes in for around about £480, which when you look at this as a full package is really not that bad. Could the movement be better? Yeah, it probably could. There's things about this watch that aren't perfect by no means, but it's £450. It's cheaper than cheaper than most Hamiltons. It's cheaper than 90% of Tissot's. And actually, it's a very, very good watch. You have tons of different colors to choose between, tons of different designs to choose between, and also it's a pretty cool history. I mean, How many brands can say that they've started on Kickstarter? Next on the list, we have Weiss Watch Company. Weiss was founded in 2013 by Cameron Weiss in LA, Los Angeles, with the goal of reviving American watchmaking by handcrafting luxury mechanical timepieces. After training at the Nicholas Hayek Watchmaking School, and by the way, for those of you that don't know, the Hayeks own the Swatch Group, and the Swatch Group own a lot of, Omega, you've got Breguet, you've got Blancpain, you've got Swatch, you've got Tissot. There's tons of watch brands that Swatch own, and the Hayeks basically own it. So he went to this watchmaking school and then worked with brands like Audemars Piguet and Vacheron Constantin before he then established his company. The company initially created a small batch of watches with a commitment to use premium materials and American-made components whenever possible. The company initially operated out of an LA apartment, but since has relocated to Nashville. Now, I think the watches for these guys are actually very simplistic, and I like the story behind it. I like the fact that they're trying to get away from the Swiss domination of the watch industry, and that's something that I would get behind. That's something that I would definitely support. Next up, we have a brand that makes some of the funkiest watches in that these things are truly, they're actually kind of ridiculous. They're incredibly ridiculous. This is MB+F. MB+F was founded in 2005 by Maximilian Bazur, who left a career at Harry Winston to create a horological concept laboratory. The brand name is actually an acronym for Maximilian Bazur and Friends, focused on creating radical 3D kinetic art-inspired horological machines in small series. Its journey includes the release of its first watch, Horological Machine Number 1, you might have guessed that, HM1 for short, and in 2007, the launch of the more traditional-looking Legacy Machine collection in 2011. By the way, guys, just have a look at some of these watches, like, This is insane. You've got the Legacy Machine Sequential Flyback, Legacy Machine Sequential Evo, Legacy Machine Perpetual, Legacy Machine Perpetual Evo, Legacy Machine 101, Legacy Machine 101 Evo, all of which, every single one of these, is over £100,000. It's insane. But, again, I love seeing the innovation here. I love seeing the industry and the micro brands doing something and trying something different and not just replicating what they see working in the industry. There's so many brands that popped up doing these 70s inspired PRX, Christopher Ward 12 kind of thing. And since then, since that trend has kind of died off, those brands have also kind of died off because they didn't really have a backbone to support them. Whereas brands like this doing something new are creating their own legacy. Next up is Linde Werdelin. And this was founded in 2002 by childhood friends Morten Linde and Jorn Werdelin. It was actually inspired by a skiing accident and the need for durable, practical sports watches. The company is known for its modular concept of mechanism watches that can be combined with attachable digital instruments, and it was established in London and Copenhagen with Swiss production. After extensive research, they launched their first watch, the Biffermeter, in 2006, which was then used by climbers on Everest in an expedition the following year. Now, I'll tell you why I like this brand. I had a friend who was skiing in France. Very, very established skier. Brilliant, brilliant skier. And he was skiing off-piste with a friend, and they got hit by an avalanche. And if it wasn't for my friend having a piece of kit on them that's like a GPS coordinator, so that his friend that was skiing with him could locate him, he would not be here with us today. And it's all because of that tech. So I know that the watches, looking at them, I'll put them up on the screen at the moment, they seem a bit ridiculous, right? And they probably are to an extent too far. They're too stretched beyond what you would need for actually skiing. But the fact that that's what they've gone into this with, that's the mission statement of the company. I like that. Next up, we have Anonimo. Anonimo watches originated in Florence, Italy in 1997. And it's actually the year I was born. I've always wanted to get a watch from the year I was born. Maybe I'll take a look at this brand actually. Now, essentially the company was founded by experienced watchmakers that had left Panerai after the brand had a relocation to Switzerland. Essentially the brand got bought over and they still remain very Italian in nature, but they are owned by the Swiss. The brand itself aims to blend Italian design with Swiss precision, and it's known for its robust professional-grade mechanical watches. Anonimo moved to Switzerland in 2013 to take advantage of the Swiss watchmaking expertise, but maintains a connection to its Italian heritage. And this is kind of where I fell out of love with the brand when I was researching it. I liked the prospect of, Panerai have gone back to Switzerland, but we're going to stay here. We're going to stay in Florence. We're going to stay Italian. But it seems like in 2013, they thought, let's just go to Switzerland and let's do the same as them. And I kind of wish they hadn't done that, but their watches are cool, so let's have a look. This is a specific watch that I've looked at and I think is really cool. This is the Nautilo 42mm. It comes in full stainless steel, has a cushion-shaped case, comes in at 42mm, is water resistant to 200 meters, has a Sellita SW200-1 movement with 38 hours of power, and it does have quite a unique design. It has kind of like a Seiko / Panerai kind of design. There's something weird going on, but weirdly, I like it. I also like the fact that at the 12 o'clock mark, 4 o'clock mark, and also the 7 o'clock mark, you almost have like a double-pronged hour marker. And that centralizes the entire dial. It kind of straightens everything out and makes it extremely, what do you call it when it's almost like a reflection? It's like balanced. Not balanced isn't the word. You guys know what I'm talking about though. Let me know in the comments the word, because I honestly, it's going to come to me at like 2 a.m. Next on the list, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong because it is Dutch, but it's Aevig. I think it's Aevig or Aevig. It's essentially a Dutch microbrand founded in 2013 by Chip Ewan. He was essentially a vintage watch collector with a background in art and design, and he started the watch company after designing watches for the Watch You Seek community, which I absolutely love. I love the fact that he was in the Watch You Seek community, as am I, and I've probably seen his watch designs in his posts. That's sick. The brand is known for its unique yet vintage-inspired designs that blend classic cues with modern styling, a philosophy reflected in its names, Aevig, an ancient Norse word for eternal. And I was having a look through their website, and honestly, a lot of the designs are really cool. I mean, you've got Thelia, which is a very cool one. I love the sunburst dial on that. Then you have Huldra. Then you have Thor, which is, you can't think of Thor without the God of Thunder. But these watches all do look really, really cool. And I love the fact that someone started in the community and worked their way up into having their own watch brand. It's often something that I kind of dream about doing myself. I don't think I have the bottle for it, to be honest. I've got so much on with the podcast and everything else, but it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Okay, so Oak and Oscar is next, a little bit easier to pronounce. But essentially, Oak and Oscar is an independent watch brand founded by Chase Fancher in 2015. The company was named after Fancher's love for bourbon, which is oak, and his dog, Oscar. And I'm just looking at the website. Look at how cute the dog. I wonder if the dog's still alive. Because that must have been, when did he found the company? He founded it in 2015. Oh, I know. I hope the dog's still alive. It's so cute. It gained initial recognition from its first watch, the Burnham, which was a time-only piece named after the Chicago city planner, Daniel Burnham. I'm just looking on the website at the moment. Take a look at this. This is the Humboldt. I would be changing that name if I were you. I'd be getting rid of that T because my dyslexic brain can't comprehend this. But it's a GMT. And it looks unbelievable. The white dial contrasting with the orange and the black. Then you've got a stainless steel bezel on there. Let's take a look at the specs really quick. This comes in at 39.5 millimeters in diameter. And it has a 12.5 millimeter height with a 46.8 millimeter lug to lug. The sizing on this is just perfect. It has a Sellita 330 automatic movement, which is fine. It's a mass-produced movement, but it's okay. It's got 56 hours of power. And overall, this watch it's good. It's nice. And also there's a couple of different variations you can get, which is awesome. And there you have it, guys. That is a couple of cool watch brands that I've been researching. And I just want to quickly say something. I want to apologize. I've been kind of getting sucked into a couple of key brands in particular, and it's narrowed my vision a little bit. And I feel like over the last couple of weeks, I've been really branching out into looking into other stuff. I'm just sorry if the videos got a bit repetitive because I was looking into the same brands. But lo and behold, I've been looking into tons of new brands, so there will be new stuff coming. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please hit that subscribe button or follow our Instagram at Chisholm Hunter Watches, or my Instagram at HB Lifelens, or the podcast, the Into the Mind Podcast. And I'll see you guys real soon.